Chaplain's Corner by Dr. Ron Lester. The usual thumbnail head and shoulders smiling photo of Dr. Lester is located at the beginning of his Chaplain's Corner. The lapel of a plaid sport coat shown as gray is visible above a colored dress shirt. There is no caption with the photo. Dr. Lester's column reads, "As I was thinking about the current winter season, my thoughts went back to a day that is now some 45 years in the past. I was working my bees that day. It was March 1977, and at that time I had around 150 beehives. I always put on my screen and helmet, plus the overalls and those thick leather gloves for maximum protection. It was a nice warm day for Oklahoma, and I figured I could work the bees without a problem. I came to one of the hives and smoked it real good. Notwithstanding that success, something just did not feel right. Normally, when smoked, the bees will fill up with honey thinking that their hive is on fire. As I opened up that hive, the bees came swarming out at me. They were in such a protected posture that I got the blast of their fire. I was attacked from every side with such force that I closed the hive up very slowly and retreated to the underside of my truck, hoping that I did not get stung too many times. After waiting for more than an hour for that hive to settle down, I finally came home, still not knowing how much I'd been stung. My wife scraped more than 20 stingers off my face and arms. When bees sting, they give it their all. Leaving behind a piece of themselves out of protection for their hive is the ultimate sacrifice, since they end up dying afterwards. These bees were saying, 'Don't mess with me.' They were also saying, 'One for all and all for one.' How often do we quickly jump to protect our loved ones? And when we do this, attempting to aid a friend or family member, it sometimes hurts. In this respect, we are like the bees. Other times, however, we are more like I was in dealing with the bees. We get angry if things do not go the way we think they should. Many of us have been stung by a friend, a company we work for, or even a member of our family. Instead of ending up in more trouble by going back to the bees, we may need to take a little time and back off. Instead of holding on to the sting, I encourage you to scrape it off immediately and not let the sun go down on your anger. It can be so difficult to forgive those who have hurt us, but I've found it is far better to forgive than to hate. Let us take a lesson from the bees. Do not borrow more trouble than needed. Let us take another lesson from me. Back off, heal, and forgive. Ephesians 4:26, New International Version, reads, "In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry." I hope all is going exceptionally well for each of you. I don't know about you, but I am expecting and believing that this year, 2022, is going to be far better than the previous 2 years. I am hoping and praying that we will redouble our thirst and hunger for God this year. I hope we will discover the unique paths God has for each of us, and that such paths will begin to unfold before our very eyes.